on this episode of Car Warriors.
Come on!
The Car Warriors All-Stars take on a young, hotshot team from Lubbock, Texas.
We brought a Texas-sized butt kicking.
That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna look dumb.
And there's already dissension in the All-Star camp.
I don't give a what you guys do.
One of us wants his own way. Who do you think that might be? It's not just gonna be up to one guy. You got the little boy syndrome.
If he goes any further with this behavior, he's done. He's done.
Listen to me.
And the challengers make a monumental mistake that leaves them one step away from total failure.
It's an absolute major screw-up.
Cut a hole in this hood and I'll cut your neck.
And both teams collapse from pure exhaustion.
I honestly don't even know if it's day or night right now.
This is almost impossible to do.
Car Warriors starts now. They are the Car Warriors All-Stars, a dream team of world-class car builders.
Rich Evans, I do it all.
Rhino Templeton. Nobody can do the painting that I do.
The best in the business.
Tommy Ichiotis. I'm a hot-tempered Greek that doesn't take crap from anybody.
And they're out to destroy everybody.
Nicole Lyons, we're gonna tear the other team up.
Each week on the Car Warriors state-of-the-art battleground, our All-Stars will take on small-town garages from across the country in a competition that has never been done before. Completely transform mystery junkers in 72 straight hours.
If this doesn't light a fire under your ass, nothing will.
This is the wildest car building competition ever.
This is Car Warriors. Hey everybody, I'm your host Mark Istook. Welcome to Car Warriors, the most insane, intense car building competition you will ever see. It is a David versus Goliath battle, with both of our teams competing on the exact same playing field. This is the All-Star side, complete with state-of-the-art tools, equipment, and machinery to get the job done. And this is our Challenger side. They have exactly what the All-Stars have. No more, no less. This is the Car Warriors parts cage, where teams will fight for their parts. It is filled with rims, steering wheels, custom body kits, suspension, you name it, it's here. Their goal? To radically transform these mystery junkers into over-the-top custom rides. But here's the catch. Each team has to do it all in just 72 hours. Now, before we show you this week's cars, let's meet our teams, starting off with the Car Warriors All-Stars.
Rich Evans, team leader.
Tommy Ichiotis. Paint.
Rhino Templeton. Paint.
Nicole Lyons, engines and mechanics.
Dave Cook, engines and mechanics.
Ian Roussel, fabricator.
Tina Sharp, interior.
Scott Owens, interior.
We are the best in the business.
And now, let's meet this week's challengers, Southern Fried Delight.
From Lubbock, Texas, this group of unknown builders is out to prove they belong on the big stage.
Matt Evans, team leader.
Andy Stapp, paint.
Luke Cork, fabrication.
Ryan Alvarado, paint and body.
Austin Hoagland, engines, transmissions.
Kate Holt. Paint.
Les Gardino, interior.
Brian Alvarado, interior, audio, and suspension.
We're not intimidated by the All-Stars whatsoever. We do this for a living too. We're professionals. We've brought a Texas-sized butt kicking.
We're gonna send those turkeys back to Texas where they belong.
Here's how it's gonna work this week. We've got two identical cars underneath these tarps. Then you guys haven't seen the cars yet, have you?
No.
Challengers, any ideas as to what's underneath those tarps?
No.
All right. Now, once that clock reaches 0, that's when our panel of expert judges comes in. And they're going to pore over every single inch of your cars, looking at every minute detail. Now, challengers, if you guys can somehow beat the All-Stars, you not only get to take home your car back to Texas, you get to take home their car too. However, if you lose, you go back to the Lone Star State empty-handed. Now, it is the moment we have all been waiting for. The cars you'll be rebuilding over the next 72 hours are... ...1966 Ford Mustang.
The Mustang was created in 1964 under the supervision of Ford General Manager Lee Iacocca. Back in the day, you could pick up one of these bad boys for a little over $2,000.
Once I start that 72-hour clock, the first team to get their engine out of the Mustang and into the square in front of their car gets their pick from one of these two impressive motors.
Engine number 1, normally aspirated dual quad motor, over 450 horsepower, built by Vic Edelbrock himself. Engine number 2, dual quad motor with a blower, over 500 horsepower.
All right, guys, 72 hours are on the clock. I hope you've had plenty of rest, lots of caffeine, and lots of energy, because Car Warriors starts now.
Get the tools out. Let's go, Cave. I'm trying, Nick.
Any cables, any hoses, just cut them.
Who needs a straight screwdriver? We know we have to pull our motor out first because we want the blown motor.
I say cut that exhaust. The main thing is get this sucker out of here.
The advantage of having the blower motor is you're going to have more horsepower. The engine's going to create a lot more torque.
This blown motor can generate over 6,500 RPM. That means in high gear, you could reach speeds of over 150 miles per hour. So whoever wins this challenge will get a speed advantage right from the start.
We have to have that blown motor or our whole plan is blown.
Horsepower's like sex, you can't get enough of it.
Normally, you'd carefully disconnect all components from the engine to remove it. But since time is of the essence, both teams will hack and cut the motor out as fast as possible.
Our game plan is to go full force. Ian's gonna do a bunch of hacking, a bunch of cutting. I'm gonna go under, quickly cut the radiator hoses, get everything out, and pull it all out at once.
Some of this pop. All right, we gotta bust that right there. We gotta bust.
We didn't come here to fail. We're all gonna get our hands dirty.
In just over 6 minutes, the challengers seem to be in the lead.
Somebody get the cherry picker ready. You got it? When I saw their cherry picker getting picked up, I was like, oh no, we're gonna lose this. That's what I'm talking about.
Just because they're all-stars don't mean that they're better.
Let's go. No.
One more bolt, wait a minute. If we don't win this motor, I'm gonna be very disappointed. We need to win this challenge.
Where's the cutter?
We have to have the blower motor.
The motor's coming out.
We're good. The car needs to come down.
Watch out, everybody out of there.
No, wait. Everyone needs to come out.
Motor's loose.
Yes. Pull that out.
Down.
Pull it up. Pump it up. Ian, come out.
We gotta stay ahead of them.
Pull the engine forward. Pull the engine forward so drive shaft comes out.
We're on the lift. No, we're on the lift.
So let's take this bitch out.
When we left our teams, they were right in the middle of an engine challenge. And it's coming down to the wire. Both teams are racing to get their old motor out first because the winning team earns the prize of the blown motor.
We have to have the blower motor.
We're trying everything in our power to get this motor out.
Motor's loose. Let's take this bitch out.
I'll be honest with you, the engine pull, losing that was important to me because that set the entire tempo of the entire build. No matter what happens from here forward, I feel like we're behind.
Okay, well, you guys get the blown motor, Challengers. You guys get the normally aspirated dual quad. The parts cage is now open. Let's get that motor.
Whenever I walked in the parts cage, I mean, you're like a kid in a candy store.
The Car Warriors parts cage has everything both teams need to build whatever they want. Suspension packages, drivetrain packages, transmissions, gear ratios, coilovers, and a wide selection of wheels and tires.
So we'll grab these and we'll use the hand-cooked tires.
Yeah.
Choosing tires is vital to the design process of any car, and both teams have a wide variety of hand-cooked performance tires.
That's gonna fit our theme.
Yeah.
As both teams scramble for parts, forefront in their minds are the 6 major steps to building a car. Design, interior, fabrication, suspension, engine fit, paint, engine installation, reassembly, and interior installation. First up, design.
Let's have a board meeting. Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a star in here. I'm actually gonna wrap the Texas flag, kind of push it off into a backdrop.
Lone Star State, baby.
The paint scheme that I've got planned is one that I really believe can beat my competition without a doubt.
This is a real ambitious paint job. We may have to compromise some other things on the car to get it done.
While the Challengers seem to be united on moving forward with an elaborate paint job, the All-Stars are not seeing eye to eye.
We're gonna black out all the front area, so it gives it a mean look. We're gonna black out the bumpers.
You're not going to do the Galaxy Gray?
No, we're doing black.
Okay.
So we picked a metallic Galaxy Gray. We switched it. We're gonna do a black pinstripe.
Switch the black to Galaxy Gray.
We're doing all black, bro.
No, we didn't.
We were gonna go green with Galaxy Gray, and now all of a sudden, Rich has a problem with it.
Galaxy Gray's not gonna go for it, dude. Not on that green. It's not gonna pop the green as much. Telling you, bro. Trust me.
I think the black is going to overpower the green.
Black is never going to overpower the green.
Every car you got black in it, dude.
You know, we're only into this build maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and already we're banging heads with Rich Evans.
You're gonna have a huge intersection in the back.
That's all right.
That's gonna look dumb.
No.
Just like everybody's got one, right? Just like an opinion. How does that go again?
Going back and forth with Rhino and Itch, I already knew that was going to be a problem because they're strong-head about their color choices.
Is it hard arriving at a consensus on what you guys are trying to do here?
Most of us want the same thing. One of us wants his own way. Who do you think that might be?
At this point, I don't give a what you guys do. If Itchy's giving me some feedback and I don't think it's going to work, I'm going to be the first one to say something to him. And, you know, if I hurt his feelings, hey, Itchy, sorry, bro, but, you know what, this is a competition. I'm here to win.
There's a lot of egos here. Rich has done a lot of stuff. Rhino's done a lot of stuff. Itchy's done a lot of stuff. Those 3 guys are going to make it or break it for us. If they can't get their act together, the Challengers are going to win.
Ultimately, this is going to be a group decision how this car gets painted. It's not just going to be up to one guy.
The teams have claimed their engines, and their designs have been mapped out.
We're gonna build like a 70s style gas or drag car.
That's what we're doing in a nutshell.
This is gonna be a street machine, a street beast, a looker. This is gonna be a driver. This is gonna be a car you can get out and you can drive every day.
My paint scheme is pretty intense, but you know, you either go big or go home. And from Texas, we come out here to go big.
Next, both teams tear apart their cars as fast as they can.
Where are you going with it? You got it?
And then the build begins. Everyone splits up to tackle as many tasks as they can. Interior, fabrication, suspension, engine and transmission. Everyone is building feverishly.
We literally have not stopped.
I have no idea how many hours we've got in, how many hours we've got left. I figure if I don't know, I'm better off.
Both teams have been working for over 18 straight hours. There are still almost 54 hours left on the clock. The next major milestone, getting the cars into the paint booth.
A lot of little things here to help us. We got to put this car back together so we can even paint it.
But before they can do that, they have to finish steps 2 and 3. interior fabrication and suspension, and engine fit.
What's holding us up right now is it's suspension. We need to get the suspension of the car.
This is super crucial, to make sure this is right.
We're in a situation in this. We got a bearing drop down in the third member.
Here we are, still stuck on suspension, and it's frustrating. We should have been past this several hours ago. I don't get it. Why?
For Andy to do what he needs to do, it's going to take him a lot of time. I'm just worried that we're all not going to have enough time to get done what we need to do on the car.
I don't want to run into any more snags.
If something happened and the car didn't fall into place where I needed it in time to make this paint scheme that I have dreamed up in my head, I'd be sick. My whole team's holding me up. By judging by the look of them, they don't look like they're in a hurry at all.
Right now, I'm a very tired leader, and I'm sure I'm slacking.
Well, I ain't doing it.
I'm not giving 100% like I need to be giving. I'm just tired.
Is there not a long one of those over there?
Even with his team in a suspension crisis, Matt can't take it anymore.
Why doesn't he get the suspension done and then take a nap?
Yeah, I know.
He's been sleeping for over an hour, and the team is still a man down.
Our fearless leader is sleeping.
Probably a good hour and a half, probably.
So we need every hand we can on suspension. This car's been on the lift way too long. I'm not going to take a nap in the middle of paint. As a leader, Matt, we hit a brick wall. There's no doubt about it.
Meanwhile, the All-Stars are also struggling to get their Mustang into the paint booth. By attempting to design a hot rod gasser, they have to do a lot more fabrication, essentially an entire redesign of the body and suspension.
It's a front fender. It's got a lot of damage down here, so I have to replace the fender.
How long do you got? How long? I want to get this car in the booth. I'm going to put some color on it. I want to get this thing rolling along.
About another hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
Rich has decided that the front fender is beyond repair. So what he's decided to do is graft half of a reproduction fender onto the old fender, and I think it's going to cost us a lot of time. In fact, I know it is.
Don't worry about the bodywork, man. The bodywork will be straight. The All-Stars are concerned about me spending too much time on the fender, and it's like, I'm only doing and working with what I have. We have two painters over there, and I see a really weak link in that. My name's Itch. I have my hands in my pocket.
Is that the best you got? My name is Captain and I'm the best car builder ever. Just ask me. You got the little boy syndrome. I want it all my way.
When you cross the line with people and disrespect them, not just being a jerk, now touching, you cross that line and it opens up a really bad vibe. And he touched, and he's just a prick. He's a talented prick, but he's a prick. If he goes any further with this behavior, he's done. He's done.
When we left the Challengers, they were way behind schedule in getting their car into the paint booth. Right in the middle of a suspension crisis, their team leader, Matt Evans, decided to sleep instead of help his team.
Our fearless leader is sleeping.
And for 4 hours, they were a man down.
Why doesn't he get the suspension done and then take a nap?
Yeah, I know.
You ready to switch out? Feeling better? Get some rest?
Now, the team is determined to make up for lost time.
I'm happy that Matt's back because we've got to get this car on the ground.
I think the pressure's on me to push the car where it needs to be.
With their team leader finally back, the Challengers finish addressing their suspension problems.
That looks good, baby.
Don't call me baby.
And all departments move quickly to get their car ready for paint.
It's starting to look like our cells are up, kind of catching wind now.
If we get our car into paint first, that shows the All-Stars that we mean business.
Back to the Lone Star State. Remember that.
All-Stars.
We're about to take the lead.
You see where we're headed with our car?
Hey, look, Scott. What's up?
To the paint. I'm not happy. I think we should be further along.
It was extreme shock on the All-Stars. It looked like all 8 heads went straight to the concrete.
They're in the paint booth painting. I'm standing here with my thumb up my ass.
Because of their ambitious design and Rich's decision to weld the new fender, the All-Stars are still stuck on steps 2 and 3 and can't move forward onto paint.
Even though this fender is taking time, it's gonna pay off in the end.
And as Andy paints, Rhino waits.
Rolling around trying to find something to do. I'll sweep.
For 2 hours.
I'm just standing around.
For 7 hours.
A little worried.
You're a little worried?
Oh, hell yeah.
For 14 hours.
That's my specialty, is what they're doing, and I can't do it. It's kind of upsetting a little bit, but hey.
And while Rhino waits, both teams are scrambling to build their interiors. They are stitching seats, fabricating door panels, building speaker boxes, and designing their headliners. The All-Stars are staying true to their hot rod gasser look, while the Challengers are blowing out their Texas theme. And while all this is going on, Rhino is still waiting. For over 20 hours, Rhino has not been able to do a thing, and the Challengers' lead is growing by the second.
I want to come at Rhino as absolutely hard as I can. I'm not intimidated at all. I just hope he can run that airbrush as good as he does his mouth.
Please let me paint. I want to do something cool.
There's now only 24 hours remaining. If the All-Stars don't get their car in the paint booth within the next 30 minutes, they risk not finishing their build.
We're dropping, we're slowly sinking. We need to speed it up. The only way you can catch up is to get the car into the booth.
Come on, let's go.
In an act of desperation, they scramble to finish their fabrication while also blocking their car for paint. Blocking means sanding the car to ensure a smooth paint job. It's almost never done at the same time as fabricating.
Anytime you see a painter blocking and busting his tail like he is outside the paint room right now, they're under pressure. They're worried.
Is that okay? I'm doing it straight.
No fingers, no fingers.
And before the All-Stars have even started painting, the Challengers have already finished.
It's a little upset about it. A little more not upset. A little more disappointed.
Look at that.
It's like the tide just came in, man, the wave.
Don't be mad, everybody, just because I already painted.
You guys did every concept that was hot in the 90s.
Hey, you guys better get busy. You got a lot of buffing to do.
The typical paint job takes about 5 days to complete. The Challengers took 22 hours to get theirs done, and Rhino and the All-Stars will have less than half that time. The Challengers have the All-Stars on the ropes, and now they're on to the next step, engine installation.
All hands on deck over here now.
Watch the paint, guys. Watch the paint.
Whoa. Easy does it. Come on. Push down the back of that tranny,
Come back. I'm blind.
Keep on going back.
In an effort to get their car in the paint booth earlier, the Challengers elected to skip step 3, engine fit. They bypassed doing a mock-up, so this will be the first time they attempt to fit their 500-pound engine into their car.
Back.
No. Go down.
You have to hear it, Doug.
Take the fenders off the motor.
It's not fitting in there. The motor's too big to go in that little small car.
Guys, just listen to me. We can go back with it. I mean, just a hair, it'll clear.
Come on down.
What are y'all waiting on? Go!
Lou, we got major problems.
Say it. What is it? That motor gonna go down and get a hood on it.
As soon as we stabbed the engine, we realized right away that the motor wasn't going to fit.
We gotta find out how to mount this motor and get it all done. We should have mocked it up before we ever even put the car into the paint booth.
It's an absolute major screw up. I have nobody else to blame but Matt and Luke. They're our engine guys. They should have seen this coming.
The hood's really not going to fit the way it's sitting, and we don't have any time to get the engine any lower, and I don't think it's even possible at this point. It's liable to cost us the entire competition.
Everybody on our old team is just exhausted. This is almost impossible to do this.
Our bodies are so tired. They want us to quit. Honestly, I don't even know if it's day or night right now.
I'm just looking to find me a little spot to put my head down for a few minutes. No.
It is a marathon. I can't even talk. We're gonna end on that.
When we last left the Challengers, they were in serious trouble.
Lou, we got major problems.
Their engine doesn't fit. It's 2 inches too high.
It's an absolute major screw up.
And it doesn't seem like there's enough room for their elaborately painted hood to close.
It's liable to cost us the entire competition.
With a little over 18 hours remaining in the build, the Challengers are out of answers.
You know, we wasted a lot of time sitting there looking at that engine trying to figure out what should we do from there, you know. Even the whole team was like, I don't know what to do.
Instead of wasting more time, the Challengers just go for it. They attempt to fit the hood over the engine.
It's do or die at this point.
Whoa.
If the hood's not gonna fit, we're gonna have to cut into the main feature and focal point of the car.
My entire concept for the whole decor of this car was old skull, spelled with a S-K-U-L-L. So I designed the entire centerpiece around the hood. And if we go to cut a hole in the center of the hood, which is where my skull that I airbrushed is, the entire concept is gone. The car will make absolutely no sense.
Oh. All right, what's the problem? It's gonna hit the breather.
Why is it gonna hit the breather, guys?
Because the breather's too tall.
Okay, well, what's the deal? Did we not pre-fit everything, pre-mock?
No, we just didn't.
Dude, we did everything in our power to get this car where you get to you for paint. Because
Well,
you're such a slow-ass painter.
To stay close to our rendering that we originally all agreed on, right? Did we all agree on that drawing? Right. And didn't it have a skull on there with no hole cut in the hood? Isn't that correct? Okay. Right. So I've executed the paint plan, but for some reason we failed on the engine compartment. What's the problem, leader Matt? What's the problem? There was no way we're going to cut a hole in that hood. That's not an option.
This gives time to the All-Stars, who got their car into the paint booth 20 hours after the Challengers, to catch up. And lead painter Rhino is taking advantage of every second.
I just want to make my teammates happy, so I helped them out the best way I could. I pulled that damn thing out pretty quick.
I think you performed a miracle.
Here's the best part. Taking this tape paper off. It's time. The car's done.
Amazingly, Rhino finishes painting the All-Stars car in just 6 hours.
Woohoo!
Rock and roll, brother.
Rhino,
Nice
that
job.
was awesome.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. I didn't think you were going to be able to do the black. That's really good.
Now that the All-Stars car is out of paint, they waste no time as they prepare to install their engine.
We'll just be a half a minute with this.
Well, the motor's going in right now.
Yeah, let's get it over.
Go ahead and bring it up.
Unlike the Challengers, the All-Stars ran several mock-ups to make sure their engine will fit and are confident it will mount with ease.
Drop the motor in and kind of fit the pieces to the puzzle and get ready to go.
Motor's in, motor's mounted.
All right.
Yes!
Remarkably, the All-Stars get it done in just 16 minutes.
Yes!
While after 15 hours, the Challengers still haven't installed theirs. There's only 6 hours remaining. They are on the verge of going back to Texas empty-handed. And the All-Stars are gaining even more momentum.
Fire this thing up. Look what the cat's ready. See what it's like to be an all-star.
Okay, anyone underneath, move. The engine's the heart of the car. 3.
If the engine starts right up, then we know we're dialed in.
2. One detail can destroy this whole thing. 1.
When we last left the All-Stars, they were about to attempt to start their engine.
3.
If the engine starts right up, then we know we're dialed in.
2. One detail can destroy this whole thing.
1. Nothing sounds as sweet as a blower motor.
We may be a little far behind right now, but that does not matter. I mean, we're going to sneak up behind them and bite them right in the ass.
By getting their car started first, the All-Stars have moved on to the final step: reassembly and interior installation. Meanwhile, the Challengers are still stuck on their engine clearance problem. There's just over 2 hours remaining.
You know, the hood's looking like it's not going to fit, and if that's the case, we're going to have to cut into the main feature and focal point of the car, and if we do that, I'm 100% sure we're going to lose a lot of points on this.
We're going to have to cut a hole in the hood, and it's as simple as that.
Andy, we're going to cut this hood, dude.
Cut what?
We're going to cut this hood.
The hell we are, dude.
No,
we
we're
ain't
cutting this hood, dude. It's too gaudy. We got to cut the hole for that.
Too goddamn gaudy?
Yeah, it's gaudy.
Are you talking to me or Rhino?
I'm talking to you. It's gaudy.
Now, there's nothing gaudy. This right here is the reason why we're going to win.
We're going to cut this hood out right here.
No. Wrong answer, Matt. Wrong answer.
We're cutting this.
Because let me tell you the reason why that's a wrong answer. Who messed up over there? Who messed up?
No one messed up. That's the only way it can be mounted.
No, the mistake is y'all didn't do a mock-up on, and I'll be damned if we're going to cut it. Dude,
no, we're
cut a hole in this hood, and I'll cut your neck. Matt screwed up.
We're cutting that hood.
This hood's going nowhere.
Andy's just trying to front a little bit and make everybody think he's a badass, but I ain't scared of him.
Well, this hood here's our centerpiece, and I guarantee you it's what's going to bring it home. We cut it, and we've screwed up. It's game over.
Well, I guess we're game
over. Come up with
over.
another option. Would you seriously like to take the game over option?
Yes.
Seriously. Majority of y'all agree, right, that we're not going to cut the hood? Right?
No, that's not right.
We want to take cans. We're not asking your opinion. We want to take this.
I know, you don't have to ask my opinion. I'm telling you what we're going to do.
But listen, Matt, you see this hood before you see the motor.
You see this radiator sticking 3 inches up higher.
Well, we're going to have to figure it out, so what do you want to do?
Yeah, we're not cutting the hood. We're not cutting the hood. We got 1 hour left. We got 59 minutes left.
1 hour left. We're not
the answer is no hole in the hood.
Fine then, we're going to do whatever it takes to make it work without cutting your hood, you big crybaby bitch.
Hey, that'll work for me.
Right there, look at the clock, dude, look.
We got to cut the filter, guys. Okay, let's go.
Finally, with only an hour left, the team decides to cut the air filter in half, creating more clearance for the hood. This could adversely affect the car's performance. Next, they have to remove a section of the underside of the hood to make room for the radiator cap. If this is not done with the right precision, it could ruin Andy's paint job.
This cut's risky, but it's better than cutting a hole in the hood.
I don't want to get the outside of the hood way too hot. It'll bubble up the paint, so we're taking extra precaution here.
The radiator cap, I thought it was kind of cool. Let me clean this up and we'll be ready.
Luke made the cut and did a really good job with it. I would recommend him for knee surgery any day.
Oh my gosh, looky there. I told you we could make it happen. I told you we would cut your hood, didn't I?
After over 71 hours of straight car building, both teams scramble to finish their creations before the clock ticks 0.
We're down to the wire, literally down to the wire.
The shifter done? Anybody have the quarter-inch ratchet? Come on, guys. We ain't got a lot of time to waste. Come on. Rock, come on. Last little bit. Run around the wheel.
Steering wheel on, guys.
Down to the end. Come on, let's go. Come on, man.
You got 10 seconds.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Put down your tools. All-Stars, challengers, join me on the mat. First of all, you guys all get a round of applause. Give yourselves a hand. I have to ask, who won? You will be judged when we come back. '66 Ford Mustang.
Come on.
I don't give a what you guys do.
Our fearless leader is sleeping.
They're in the bait booth painting. I'm standing here with my thumb up my ass.
It's an absolute major screw-up.
It's just pure adrenaline.
We're cut a hole in this hood, and I'll cut your neck. 3, 2.
Now, it's time to reveal the cars. It is time to put these cars to the test. And to judge, we brought in 3 of the best. Mad Mike. He is best known for turning average rundown beat-up cars into over-the-top customs on Pimp My Ride. George Barris. He is known as the king of the customizers and is the father of some of the world's most famous cars, including the Batmobile and the Green Hornet. And Jimmy Shine. He is a world-renowned custom hot rod expert and race car driver and holds several land speed world records. These guys are primed and ready to probe over every single inch of our Mustangs.
The fate of both of these teams is in our judges' hands.
There's 4 main categories that we're judging this whole project on. And that's interior, exterior, engine bay.
That's a big-ass blower.
And performance.
Let's see what this Mustang's got.
For the performance test, judges will evaluate speed using 0 to 60 times and handling in a slalom test.
That bone motor is nothing but attitude.
This thing just looks violent, aggressive, dangerous, possibly deadly.
I drove the car, scared the hell out of me.
Handling was poor.
It's a really, really good idea. I love the power on this car.
They just bolted in the attitude on that car.
The way you guys fabricated that car was awesome. You put a lot of concentration and a lot of details in the fabrication.
There's really a lot of detail. The ambition was good, but I really hate the design. Who did the striping?
Itchy.
Oh, you got a real problem here.
Who's the genius that used a zip tie as a mountain bracket? Are you serious?
Hey, yo, Mike, not for nothing. Why don't you put that zip tie in your mouth?
There.
You saw that burnout. Sweet.
Just striking. It's like visually assaulting.
It is so strong, and the shifting was like bam, bam, bam.
Your car should have gone a lot faster. And when I looked under the hood, I realized why. You guys cut the air filter.
We got to cut the filter, guys. Let's get it cut.
That's going to cost you some points. This paint job's pretty damn nice. Good job.
And the skulls on the hood, that makes it hot, dog.
This hood here's our centerpiece, and I guarantee you it's what's going to bring it home.
But it's going to take more than a pretty paint job to win this competition.
The interior, it's a little visually violent. Once again, I would have to say that this is a real nice, hard-hitting, heavy horsepower street car.
It's not really conformed the right way it should be. I'm finding a lot of missing parts.
I don't know if I can really pick which one right now. It's just way too close to call.
Oh!
It's going to be a hard one to judge.
All right, judges, you've seen the cars. Now it's time for you to tally your votes. Coming up, we announce the winner of Car Warriors. All right, guys, I know the 72-hour build has been brutal. Finally, we get to find out who won and who lost. All-Stars, your job this week was to prove that you're the best car customizers in the world by holding off these guys, your challengers, Southern Fried Delight. Now, guys, you know you're competing not just for a chance to say that you guys belong, but also competing to win your Mustang and the All-Stars Mustang too. And if you lose, you walk away with nothing. All right? All right, it's time. I've got the results right here. The winner of Car Warriors is Southern Fried Delight. Congratulations. Well done. Good job, guys.
Obviously, the judges liked our car better, so, that's why we won. For a bunch of hillbillies to come out here and pull this off, man, we did an awesome job.
This car brings a tear to my eye because the victory in it is so sweet. I wanted this so bad, and to have it now is a great thing,
I like the Challenger car better because of the hood and the artistic design. Beautiful piece of art.
The Challengers took a stock Mustang and just made a stock Mustang. We took a stock Mustang and took it over the top.
It really pisses us off that we lost on this Mustang. Our car is a better car because of an intense amount of fabrication, a gigantic change in the structure and the silhouette of the car. This was a ballsy build. That's why it's the better car.
My choice would have been for the All-Stars. Somehow they pulled this thing off in 72 hours, and they still maintained a high level of quality.
Both cars were great, but at the end of the day, the paint job on the Challenger's car was just too good.
My teammates need to give me a lot more time in paint because I'm capable of doing a lot more than what I did on this car. All the corners were cut because of the over-ambitious fabrication job they did on the Mustang.
If I could do it over again, I'd do the exact same thing. I'd change the fender, I'd make it look good, and that's exactly what I did.
We put so much work, we do so many modifications, we don't just sand them and paint them. I don't feel that we should have lost that challenge. We worked too hard. From now on, those judges are gonna have to work their ass off to find anything wrong.
Make sure to tune in next week. We've got a new team of challengers and new cars right back here on the biggest, baddest car building show in the world, Car Warriors.